Hello again, and welcome to set 2 between EffOrt and Last in the Draemong Starleague round of 16 Group A. We are going to be on circuit breakers with EffOrt in the blue Zerg spawning at the 5 o'clock position. Last in the red Terran spawning at the 7 o'clock position. So, last game, what happened? I think Last misplaced his missile turret placement, personally. You don't really want to leave that hole there, and good Zergs will abuse that hole, like, all day. Like, that hole is what Zerg look for. Like, they look at a Terran like, you didn't put a missile turret right where my mutas want to be, which is in your SCV line. So, that was a problem for him, and then he kind of got punished a lot for it, and then he couldn't really push out. EffOrt was able to finally secure a third, even though it was kind of like a 2-base all-in from EffOrt. He really wasn't getting a third up at all, but his mutas in the main did all the damage that they needed to do. They slowed down Last significantly, and then Last pushed in with lurkers, and Last did not have the greatest marine split against them, and then he ended up losing. Straight up. So everything's pretty standard right now. EffOrt, again, using that closer natural scout. He's not going to be able to scout in the right direction instead. But Last does have a barracks going down now. And we're going to see if EffOrt is going to opt for another 12 hatch. He's got the drone scout. And I think he has a hatch going down, based upon what the minimap looks like. So yep, I think another 12 hatch opted from EffOrt. And 12 hatch is really, really safe against Terran anyways. Even if Terran went for like any kind of push that Terran goes for, a 12 hatch isn't really going to lose to. The only one that it loses to is like the cheese, which is like a BBS or something like that, or a 4-8 racks, bunker rushes, all that sort. So the game is not doing much. Actually, hold on a sec. Last is doing a cross-spawn scout, which is a little bit interesting. Maybe his build order relies on someone having a close scout, and so it's a little weird. After realizing that the SCV is going up there, he knows that Last is not in that position. There's a spawning pool and extractor going up. Real quick, I want to give some shout outs to people. Recently, I have been posting myself everywhere on the internet, on Reddit, on Team Liquid, of course Team Liquid, but also somewhere like Facebook. I am one of the moderators for the KT Flash fan page, and I posted there, like shameless advertisement, whatever, blah blah blah. And I got a lot of popularity. A lot of people subscribe to me. And I want to give a shout outs to all those people who did, those notably the ones who recently subscribed, Ziphius, Chris Moore, Yokina Mushi, Ferris Nasir, RZA Mortis, Pedro Punch, Covetous Rat, Kappa, Perlictor, and everyone else who has subscribed to me in the past. You know, thank you guys so much. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this, to be honest. Like, this really stems from what the community wants, and if the community wants to see me do this, then I am all for it. And especially big thanks to Connor. Connor's the man. If you guys don't know who he is, go check him out. Connor5620. I'm going to provide a link in the description of this game. He's great. He provides so much VODs for me, and he always does it on time. And he always, message me like when the VODs are about to go up. It's like, I'm really sorry I couldn't get the VODs up by this time, but I'm gonna try to get them out soon. And I'm like, dude, no problem, man. Really, all that matters is that I'm getting the VODs, so I'm able to show my love for Brood War. And recently I've been playing some more Brood War, so that's always good. I recently 2-0'd this D+ Protoss, so I can say, oh, I'm a D+ Terran right now. Anyways, so Gas with the engineering bay and the academy standard blah blah blah. EffOrt's got some speedlings, gonna try to push in, but he realizes Last has a really nice wall in, but he's gonna try to pick up SCV. No, he's not. I'm not sure why Last did that. He decided to do that. He has a good choke point anyways. I don't think he needs to pull SCVs and hurt his economy a little bit more. But EffOrt did put more lings out, so I guess that's kind of smart. They might get SCV. Oh, they got the SCV. Good micro by EffOrt. Last might want to opt for a bunker in the front, and EffOrt actually has gone for a 2-hatch. He's gone for a 2-hatch meetup. We're gonna see how much damage this can do. We're gonna see if Last appropriately puts missile turrets last time. I think EffOrt's realizing like, oh, Last didn't have good missile turret placement last time, so in response to that, I'm gonna do this. So we'll see how Last reacts. I know in the game against the Protoss pressured my third a lot more, and he also did some like cheeky like double shuttle into my main on Fighting Spirit, and that did a lot of damage. He sniped my command center. But I reacted, and later in the game 2, I put an engineering bay near the cliff and put missile turrets along it. So we'll see how Last adapts. He has gone for the same style of build though, 4 racks. So apologize for any of the distractions on the outside. But Last has missile turrets up because he doesn't think that this is a 2 hatch, he thinks this is a standard 3 hatch. But he's gonna probably put down missile turrets soon. But EffOrt in the meantime has gone for a 3rd hatch in the top right-hand position and pressuring with Lings. These Lings are doing a good job pressuring so that the Marines can't push out to EffOrt's base. But here come the mutas, and the turrets are just now going up, so we'll see how much damage EffOrt can do with these mutas if he's able to get there in time. But I don't think he's going to be able to get there in time. I think the missile turrets will finish just as the mutas hit, but the second missile turrets won't though. The second missile turrets will not finish. We'll see if EffOrt is going to opt for killing the missile turrets or going straight to the mineral line. Last has not actually put the missile turrets back in his mineral line in the main, so we're going to see how much damage EffOrt can do if he sneaks past. And notably, there is a very small choke that the Marines have to climb up kind of clumsily, especially with the Brood War AI. So we'll see if EffOrt's going to take advantage of that, and he noticed that as well as the small choke. But Last has made like a perimeter of turrets. We're going to see if EffOrt commits and pushes through. Good job wasting a stim from Last. And his 3rd base is up now, so we're going to see how he's going to transition from a 2 hatch muta. Right now I don't know who's ahead because I don't really know what happens in 2 hatch muta, because everyone's more used to like a 2 hatch lurker all in or a 3 hatch muta. So the fact that he doesn't have a 3rd up makes me want to say that EffOrt's slightly ahead, but at the same time he doesn't have the 4th hatchery of production value. Another good waste of a stim from EffOrt. Last doesn't really commit. I would push the Marines forward and then stim. That's how I would do it at least. He's got the Hydras then weirdly positioned at his 3rd base, but he's gonna get lurkers up soon. Good job taking out some Marines. He's got some lurkers coming out right now. We're gonna see if he's gonna commit to this. He's not. No mutas have died yet. 1 muta has died, but he's gonna push in here. Last needs to reinforce his army, and he does. EffOrt's gonna have to push back now, but he's getting a lot of damage on these Marines. He's gonna be able to stall any kind of early push that Last ever wants to do. So this is actually very good from EffOrt. He did lose a muta and a lot of Zerglings though, but in the meantime, he's able to stall for his 3rd base to come up, able to saturate his 3rd gas, and a machine shop coming out for Last. We're gonna see him try to go for a quicker pressure. An early Queen's Nest once again. No evolution chamber. It's very notable that EffOrt has skipped those gas heavy upgrades like a carapace upgrade or a melee upgrade. He's able to snipe a meta. Good job by EffOrt. But it's very notable. He skipped upgrades. So we're gonna see if Last is gonna be able to brute force his way through any kind of army that EffOrt has. These mutas are gonna have to do a lot. He loses a muta, a little bit careless. But he's able to try to keep sniping. He loses another muta, but Last is going to start pushing out. We're going to see if lurkers are in time. I think they'll be in time. Ooh, missed Michael by EffOrt. Loses a muta for nothing, but he's able to get another Marine. He's just trying to keep the Marines at the center of the map, unable to push out really strongly, and he's only got like 7 Marines right now, so EffOrt will be able to shut this out if he can get a few more Zerglings and then commit to an attack. But meanwhile, back at the base, Last is probably going to combine these 2 small groups of units and then push out big. EffOrt's probably got his Hive morphing right about now, and lurker upgrade is, I would say, finished, but yeah, I don't see any lurkers. We haven't seen lurkers yet, and the commentators are not highlighting over that. They're more worried about the mutas, but here come the Hydras, and they're going to morph as lurkers. Oh, the scan goes down. He knows that there's no lurkers right now. He's going to go for it, but he knows that the lurker eggs are morphing, so there's a small timing window where he can try to push. We're going to see how effective this is. I don't think the Marines are going to get there in time. Lurker eggs aren't the slowest morphing. He's able to snipe an SCV that's kind of scout, but there are already 3 lurkers. We're going to see if these are a whole position or they're going to just ward away the Marines. There's a 4th lurker out, and he's going to continuously make lurkers. I want to see if a Hive's morph right now. I think so, because the Queen's Nest is already out. We're going to see, however, if there's an evolution chamber for upgrades. Then again, we're going to see if he goes straight for Defiler, there might not be an evolution chamber, because he might not be able to afford those upgrades. But there is the Defiler Mound. I'm not sure what the other building being constructed is, but there's double dropship from last, so we're gonna see if he's gonna bypass these lurkers. There are no Scourge out. Notably, he has skipped Scourge because I don't think he saw any science vessels yet. But Scourge are also very gas heavy, so he might not want to because he's going for a Queen Rush. Able to snipe 2 supply depots, doing some pesky things with these Mutalisks, but Last is not really worried about that. Last is more worried about getting into the base of EffOrt with these 2 dropships, but I think EffOrt's Star Sense is moving up. I think he knows something's up right now. He notices, but the Overlord would have scouted Star Sense for EffOrt, but he's gonna miss it. He didn't know the dropship timing hit before, and he's gonna go harass, and oh no, there's a greater Spire morphing actually. Oh, I see why he moved those mutas. They try to form Guardians actually, but these dropships, we're gonna see how much damage they're able to do. Scourge are able to see it. Scourge see it right now, but we're gonna see, is he gonna snipe it? He snipes one. He snipes one dropship, and another Scourge is gonna snipe the other dropship. Oh no, the Marines killed one Scourge beforehand, but the Lurker are able to push in. These Marines are gonna deny mining and gas intake from EffOrt right now, but there is a Nidus Canal, and we're gonna see how many Zergos are going to funnel in. Oh no, the drones! The drones are transferring to the back to the actual, but they actually end up going into another pack of Marines and loses a few drones. This is crucial. The Marines are pushing up, but they're not able to kill enough of the Marines, and there's 2 science vessels right now. Lurkers are going to try to push it. Double irradiate, and the science vessel goes down to the Scourge. Great Scourge micro by EffOrt right now, and he's able to take down this force. He only lost a few drones, but he's able to take down 2 dropship full of Marines, but these Lurkers are going to die for the irradiate. I don't know if EffOrt has any more units. He has the Defiler. We're going to see if Consume's up. Here's Swarm. The Consume is up. The Lurkers are going to push in, and the Mutas are probably going to go try to snipe the science vessel. Great play by EffOrt right now. He's going to be able to shut this down, but more units from Last. This third base is in heavy contention right now, and we're going to see how many units EffOrt has, if he can consume enough of the units. We're gonna have to see. There's just I don't know if this force is big enough right now. You know, EffOrt has a decent amount of mutas. He's got a few lurkers. He's got most notably the Swarm, but he doesn't have lurkers positioned at the top of the ramp. So Last is gonna be able to push up here without much contention. He's gonna be able to get Swarm up, but the mutas are gonna die. Mutas are gonna die, and Dark Swarm is gonna try to protect the Nidus Canal, but canal buildings notably are not actually protected by Dark Swarm, and the Marines are trying to move around the lurkers. Oh, big hit by the lurkers, and we're gonna see more Dark Storm going on the drones, and the Lurker is going to try to get in position. He's going to be able to clean this up again, but he did lose his Nidus Canal, which is a big hit. He's not going to be able to reinforce this third base as easily, and there's a small group of Marines again. And Guardians are morphing right now. We're going to see if Last is going to see it. He's going to irradiate that big pack. He has the vessel. He sees it. Irradiate goes down to Defiler. Where's the Dark Storm? He's going to have to throw down a Desperation Dark Storm. There are Scourge. Scourge are up, but he's not seeing that there's an isolated science vessel right now, and more vessels and Marines in the middle of the map. SK-10 style. No tanks, no factory production from Last. And we're going to see how EffOrt's able to deal with this. He has had really good Scourge micro so far, and there's a lot of lurkers with Hydras. Upgrade to Hydras actually, interestingly enough, I think he's gone for the attack upgrade. He has +1 carapace upgrade right now, but he has opted for speed Hydras early, so we're going to see how well this is going to be able to do. And Guardians are out. The Lurkers are going to push down to the bottom of the ramp, and he's going to be able to take a 4th gas right now. Very crucial 4th gas. He's going to be able to transition into Ultralisks if he chooses to, or can just continues to make that heavy gas intensive force. But he's going to start pushing up here. There are science vessels. Where is, Plague? Plague on the science vessels. I'm not sure if that was the smartest Plague. I think you want to save some energy for others, because Science Vessel Plague is probably not the best. But here come the Lurkers and the Zerglings, but they're going to miss a small force of Last. Last also notably already has a 3rd up, is getting a 4th base. But those Science Vessels are Plague. He probably wants to send in a meter and snipe both those vessels off really quickly, but there are Vultures with mine upgrades out. And so he's going to be able to keep going back and forth between these 2 bases of EffOrt, and EffOrt's facing a lot of pressure. We're going to see how well he deals with it. Right now he's dealing with it quite well. The earlier pressure was pretty handily dealt with by EffOrt, but this is a lot bigger of a force. I don't think he has enough Lurkers right now. He only has 3 Lurkers at the front, and the Science Vessel is going to definitely irradiate those, soften up the numbers, and then do some more. The Lurker trying to go forward and do damage before it dies, but yeah, another Lurker is going to die. He's going to try to push forward with the Dark Storm. A little bit of a wasteful Dark Storm. You really want to use Dark Storm reactively and not proactively, unless you're going to push with Zerg. But he's got Lings now. I'm not sure. He doesn't have adrenal gland upgrades, but those Lings are just going to try to clear out the map. He knows Spider Mines are out, and I think Last is going to go in about, 3 to 4 or 5 minutes. He's going to start switching into that heavy mech play that Terrans like to do nowadays, of switching from bio into mech. He has the economy for it, notably. He has 4 gas up right now, so he's able to easily transition. A lot of problems that some Terrans do is that they do it, but they do it way too quickly. Like, they'll only be on 2 base still, and then they'll start lifting all the racks up and making factories. But that's not the correct way to deal with that. There are a lot of lurkers here, and notably these 2 choke points are very crucial for the Zerg to handle with, and he's able to push it back. But Last is continuously is putting on a lot of good pressure, going back and forth between spaces. Another big Scourge hit hits another vessel. These Scourge have been very optimized by EffOrt. They haven't been really wasteful yet. And here's another Defiler. You're probably going to throw down a Plague. He's going to try to. But no. Oh, another Seismic that goes down to some Scourge hits. But Hygers in the middle of the map are able to clean out this Marine Medic force. Hygers are actually not the best against Marine Medic because Marine Medic easily out DPSs them. Plus, Hydra's DPS against Medic heal is not the greatest either. And Last is actually taking a 5th base now. So Last economically is really, really strong. I won't be surprised to see him if he transitions into more mech, because that's a lot stronger but requires a lot more of an economy. And in fact, I think that's why a lot of players nowadays, you'll hardly see any Terrans go for a 2-base mech. And the reason why is because mech it just requires such a big economy to deal. It's not strong enough where you can just easily get 2-base and go mech. Especially against Zerg, you really need good economy, and Marine Mech is just way more cost efficient if you're able to micro properly. So, yeah, I saw Factory up at his at the main of the top left, so we might see something soon. We have Zerglings pushing in. I'm not sure if there's adrenal glands yet. Oh, I think there is now. But there's going to be another swarm going over the tank and Marine. So yeah, Last has begun to transition into more tank production, and we shall see if he's going to cut Marines entirely, or is he just going to continue to do kind of an SK Terran style with pumping out tanks at his bases to defend. But Last is playing that defensive game, as Terrans are known for, very good at defense. And right now, EffOrt and Zerg, this is the time where Zerg is beginning to become more aggressive, and Terrans are being the least aggressive players. So he's getting that 5th gas right now. He's probably going to throw out a lot more factories, and a lot of good irradiates on those lurkers. I think EffOrt's a little bit behind right now. His attacks haven't been the strongest, but his defense definitely has been. But his attacks have been very cost inefficient, whereas Last has been able to hold on relatively easily without losing too much. And also the fact that EffOrt has not been able to push and secure a 5th gas. And he's sticking to Hydra Lurk. It's good old school style. This is what I think Savior, Jelizer, Choja did back in the day against like Boxer. Oh, Yellow did this, I know. But this is like back in the day where like this is against I Love Roof, Nada, Boxer. This is the style of play that those people did. But I think this is really inefficient. They should be EffOrt should be focusing more on pure Lurker Ling or Ling Ultra right now. And I wish that if he stopped making Hydras and just focused purely on Ultras, he'd be able to afford Ultra lists, which are very, very strong. But he does have a +2 carapace, +1 attack upgrade. Last has not gotten any armories yet for his tanks, but he does have a +2, I think, for his bio forces. Maybe +3 upgrade. I can't tell. The SCV doesn't get the bonuses. It looks like 2 tanks because of missed micro by Last, but he's able to push in. This is a big force. This is a really big force. A lot of vessels, good amount of firebat Marine. Not many medics though, and a few tanks. But EffOrt's gonna counterattack here at the bottom base. Hydralists are pushing in right now, but these tanks are gonna melt these Hydralists, and a tank on the high ground. Absolute destruction right now, and Darkstorm going to try to force this back, but tanks are able to do a lot of damage underneath Swarm. The Marines and Firebats are going to be Firebats at least are going to be able to do a decent amount of damage, but these tanks are most notable. They're going to like melt these Hydras underneath Darkstorm anyways. But a big plague actually, on all of these vessels and tanks. Hydra's pushing forward, sniping all the tanks, and the plague units are actually taken out very easily. He's unfortunately not able to get up this vessels, which is the only unfortunate part, but he's able to snipe all the tanks. So good defense and good hold by EffOrt. Unfortunately not able to snipe those gas-intensive vessels. But we're going to see if he's able to push and get a 5th base right now. He probably wants to soon, and the commentators are also noting that out. EffOrt really wants to get that 5th gas because Zerg power, I think, exponentially increases with the more gas that they have. You know, on 1 base, you can't really do much. On 2 base, you're able to afford a lot of either lurkers or mutas. On 3 base, you're able to tech the hive. On 4th base, you're able to get those crucial lurkers out. And on 5 gas, you're able to start massing hatcheries and producing a lot. But a good swarm, but a lot of firebats are able to clean up a lot of those lurkers underneath the swarm. And a good irradiates by last. But these tanks are going to siege up and take down all these hydralisks. And EffOrt is continuously trying to push in here. He's not able to get all that damage out. He really needs a defiler and swarm to, I think, break this, as well as get some more beefy units like Ultralisks or just flood Lings in from a pincer attack from the middle of the map and from the bottom side of the map. But he does have a defiler up, but this is the top side of the map right now. But there is no expansion. Last is up to 6 expos now versus EffOrt's still 4. So EffOrt is losing this game, I think, at this point, even though he's put up a very resilient defense. But, oh, there are queens! There are queens! Commentators, you didn't see them! Commentators, go back! They're queens! Oh, he's gonna go into Brutaling. Very interesting by EffOrt. He's taking a very curious way. But I'm not sure if EffOrt's going to be able to hold any longer right now. The fact that Last is continuously being able to push through with his units. Show the queens, show the queens. I really want to see the Brutalings. Storm over 2 Hydras. Oh no, he plagues the vessels that are already plagued. But he's able to get a 1 vessel. Oh, some Lings, cracklings, able to push in, but not able to get any SCVs at all. But there are a few Guardians out. They're going to be able to do really pesky damage. But Irradiate is going to easily take care of that. A lot of tanks, though. Like, a lot of tanks. We're going to see if EffOrt is able to hold on. He's got a double hatch over here, but I think he's going to lose this. Yeah, he has to cancel one of the hatcheries. Irradiate going out on the Hydras. The Irradiate splashing it at all the Hydras right now. The Marines are just going to be able to easily DPS this, and Swarm is actually helping the Marine Medic. Because the Marine Medic are underneath and the Hydras are shooting it. Remember, Darkstorm actually works for both. But Hydra's getting melted by these tanks from the back. And I think EffOrt's going to lose this game because he's unable to really hold right now and unable to take more bases. Last, on the other hand, is continuously to put up a really good pressure on these bases of EffOrt. I think very crucially, EffOrt was unable to break that bottom half of the map. I think he really needed to go into Ultras instead of doing Hydras. But he did commit by getting attack upgrades. But here come the Queens! Here come the Queens! We're going to see how much damage these Brutalings can do. EffOrt might be EffOrt's saving grace might be that the Brutaling, but he's going to be irradiated. He needs the Brutaling right now. Here come the Brutalings. And I think only 1 Brutaling went down. EffOrt didn't really play that well this game. I mean, his defense was good, but he was unable to really push through. And there's a GG coming in from EffOrt. He wasn't able to do much. We're gonna see you guys in game 3 of this epic game, best of 3 in the Draemong Starleague round of 16.